Hello everyone and welcome to my unboxing video. Today we'll be taking a look at the DX16 1/6 scale figure SW1 DM Darth Maul figure by Hot Toys. So, alright, we got here on its mailer box. I'm just gonna take it out of the box. Let's take a very first look at this. I'll try to do this as fast as I can. These mailer boxes fit extremely tight into the original packaging. There we go. Darth Maul looking great, looking awesome, looking totally badass. Let me adjust here so you guys can take a better look. I'm just gonna put him like that. There it is. So I am extremely excited about this. When this figure came out, I watched some videos on YouTube. Some comparisons with him along with his previous version by Sideshow Collectibles, the Duel in Naboo figure. And I actually preferred the Duel in Naboo figure, and right after that I kind of went and purchased a Duel in Naboo figure by Sideshow Collectibles, 1/6 scale figure, and he will be our special guest in this video here because we're gonna go for some very cool comparisons. And I kept thinking about this guy, and I was just like, man, I preferred the Sideshow version over the Hot Toys version. But like I said, I couldn't stop thinking about him, and I just, you know, after seeing some more pics, some more videos, I decided to go for this guy here as well. Actually, it's a very interesting thing to do because this guy here got some stuff that he can do, and he also got some accessories that the other one doesn't. So let's get this plastic here out of the way. You can take a look at the box. It's got a cover that slides like so. This is absolutely beautiful. And right now, do we have a window here? Let me check this out. You can see the box. That looks absolutely insane. We got some patterns right here. Star Wars. Let me put that into frame. And oh, we got a window here. We got a window, so I'm just gonna put it like this so we can open this up. Oh my god, this is gorgeous. This is beautiful. We got here something. Is that a metal card? I don't know exactly what that is. We got here, oh my god, there it is. Look at that. That looks amazing. And here we got some foam as well to protect the figure. We got this though. The idea was that we could see him like so. That is absolutely beautiful. Okay, interchangeable head sculpts. Alright, let me put this here. Now this is my very first unboxing, so I apologize in advance for anything that gets off camera here. Okay, so this is something that we don't get with the previous figure by Sideshow Collectibles. The Duel in Naboo Darth Maul doesn't come with this, and this is something that really adds to the figure, especially because he was using that big part of the movie. So I'm gonna put that here. We have some batteries, and that was something I was asking myself if there are batteries included, but I wonder what. Oh yeah, for the saber probably. Now, as you can see, this is what we get inside that huge, very sturdy box, which I absolutely love. I'm gonna keep this beautiful artwork and very high quality box. And we're just gonna now take everything out of their packaging and we're gonna display them on the table so you can see up and close everything that comes with this incredible piece. Let's do this. All right, so we got here Maul free out of his packaging. We got all the accessories, and man, this guy here comes loaded with accessories, which is absolutely awesome. I love that. And he got some stuff here that I really appreciate. Obviously, this is a DX figure, so it's a stands for deluxe. So obviously that will always include some extra candy here for all of us. And something that is really important about this figure is the head. The head has a new kind of connection, which is it functions with magnets. So I'm gonna be going into that particular thing in a bit. So that's what he comes with. Obviously, the second head, which is a screaming head. Absolutely incredible. You want to be careful with his spikes, with his horns. Not to hurt yourself, but you don't want to break it, because it falls. If it hits something, a hard surface like the floor or your table, you may lose its sharpness. You may flatten them up, so you totally don't want to do that. Okay? It looks absolutely incredible. Look at that. See, that's what I was talking about. He's got a magnet. He's got some, some protection here, so you won't scrape off the ink or even the plastic when you're attaching this to the neck. It's padded, as you can see, and he includes articulated eyes, so you can articulate his eye sockets and put his head looking this way, staring at the opposite way, which I'm gonna do. Absolutely huge fan of what they did here with this guy. Looks amazing. He comes with 2 using the Force hands. Absolutely amazing. Love all the details, all the glove details, the wrinkles and everything. Absolutely amazing. Now that's something I really appreciate. 2 hands for the lightsaber. As you can see, let's see how soft they are. Oh, they're not that soft, but they're kind of good. You can actually warp his fingers in order to fit the hilt. He also comes with 2 hands that are doing something else. And while he's doing something more aggressive with the other hands, you can put these hands here like getting ready to do something as well. I don't know. Obviously, it's up to you how you want to display your character. But that's definitely how I'm going to do with mine. I'm going to put these hands here as secondary hands, while the others, like this one here, are doing something more aggressive. And he comes with a fist that I don't know why we had only 1 fist. Well, basically you're not going to display Maul boxing with both fists, so maybe this is just to, I don't know, maybe you can pose him doing a crazy kick or something, wielding his lightsaber with only 1 hand while this one here is closed. But that's very cool as well. You can see all the details of the glove on every single one of these hands. I mean, it's absolutely incredible. He's got 2 gauntlets as well. This one, let me see this. Yeah, just as I suspected, you can open this up here. I didn't see in the manual. You can open this up. I don't know exactly why. And this guy here comes with this metal thing around his wrist that he uses when he's controlling his drone, I think. It doesn't, I think you cannot take that off this gauntlet here. It's permanently attached to it, so don't try to take that off. But it looks absolutely insane as well. Alright, so you have to use that for the other parts I'm gonna show you right now, which are the light up forearms that are permanently attached to those hilts. You can see there's a, I mean, you can't see, but there's a LED in there. Once you put batteries in here, switch it on and you light up your hilt, and you can open this like so in order to, you know, put this around his forearm once you're putting everything back where it belongs. So that's why you need this gauntlet here to open up. So that's the first forearm we have with the whole saber. We get another one where he wields only one side of his saber. And that happens when he first encounters Qui-Gon Jinn on Tatooine. If you watch that scene again, you will see that Maul is actually using half of his saber. So it's like a singular regular saber. And obviously I think they did that in order to surprise us when he followed them all the way to Naboo and faces Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan Padawan at the same time. That's where he reveals that his saber is actually a dual saber. So that's very cool. You got both options here to display your figure. And obviously he comes with the blade that you can attach right here on this singular saber. Right here you can see all the details where you see some, it's supposed to be some metal bits, tips, kind of like connectors. Let me see where it's gonna focus more on this right now. And obviously it's to simulate some sort of a connection. When he puts everything together, he connects metal to metal and he creates a connection between the two hilts. Something very nice that Hot Toys did, always putting all of the details. You have another one, obviously the pair for the double lightsaber. Didn't fully attach this one here. Very, very nice. It's a big saber, obviously. Boy, these things have a tight fit. Be careful with those. You don't want to break it. So you can attach the saber in motion blades to create the ooh, his hand got out of place when I was playing with it. So it looks absolutely beautiful, amazing. For that he comes with his batteries, so we have to stack 3 batteries for each forearm in order for have everything ready to be lit up. All right, there he is, all lit up. Now let me turn off the light so you guys can see how bright this thing is. Actually, it's not that bright. It's not bright at all. But it's a very cool feature. I like that. Now let me turn the lights on. And as you can see, you have some glow coming out of this end and obviously the other hand, but as it goes through the blade, I can say that there's no light at all in here on this part here of the blade, but you see some light on the very tip of the blade. But the thing is, I make CCFL neon tube custom lightsabers for these figures, and just so you can see the difference, this is how mine look like. And I mean, let me turn that on again. This guy here is on, as you can see. These LEDs are on, but when you put it next to these CCFL tubes, man, it's another world. And I love these guys here. I saw this custom work here months ago on the internet, and when I saw it, I was just like, man, I gotta learn how to do that myself for my own figures. And I went there and I did, and it took me a lot of time, it took me a lot of patience. So I already made 8 lightsabers. They are all painted and ready to go, but I'm gonna change the material I use for my hilts. This is a test shot of my new material that is already looking very good. You can see all the details here, and it's more resistant to the heat that this tube here creates inside the hilt. He's got his regular hilt, absolutely beautiful. Look at all the details. I love this guy here. I love his saber, I love his suit, I love his design. And there's something really cool in here. You can detach this saber here. Very tight, very scary, but you're gonna be fine. Look at the size of this peg here. That's why it was so tight. And you want to use this piece here to replicate a singular modular lightsaber hilt. Very cool. So you can create this scene here without being fully stuck with this guy. So you can have the same details for this saber here if you want to display him as such. We also got some little guys. I don't know what these dots are supposed to be. I'm gonna take a look at that later, but this is an attachment that you can peg on your lightsaber hilt and host it on his belt, which we're gonna do in a second. We got some hand pegs as well. Always a good thing having some spare ones in case you break one. Always a good thing to have. We got this little plastic key here to articulate his eyes, if the camera allows me to focus on that. There we go. I think we use, what's the end we use actually? This end here, I think. I'm gonna be showing you how to use this, obviously. We got his binoculars that he uses on Tatooine to stalk Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, and the princess when they go after, what are they searching for? They're searching for something for their ship, right? They're searching for something, I don't recall exactly what it was. And they just stumble on Anakin by accident. And we got his drone that he also uses on Tatooine. Very nice guy, look at all the details. Excuse me, could you focus a little bit more? There we go. Whoop, that was a quick turn. Very nice. You have this post here that you attach to the drone and to this base here. Oh, and also there's an antenna here that comes separately. You have to attach that as well. And right here we got his, how do you call that? We got his hooded cape. Actually, it's not a hooded cape because it's got some sleeves. But this cardboard piece comes with it. It comes just like that inside the packaging. I just left it there so we can, you know, we could put this very heavy cloth material here standing next to the figure. But we'll be taking a better look at this guy here in a second. And we have here his base. This is a very big piece. It's a gorgeous piece, by the way. We have here the metal plate on the front, absolutely gorgeous. You do see here on this, you know, adhesive here on the very top of the stand base that it replicates the Naboo Royal Palace, where Darth Maul faces Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan at the same time. And very cool, very nice piece. One thing that I really appreciate is that we got two holes here to attach our post, one at the very top or bottom of the base, and one near the center. And this is something that I really appreciate because sometimes those stands come with only the bottom hole. So your figure stands, you know, near this area here, and you have all this left over here that you don't use. So one thing that I really appreciate is having another one right here in the middle. So we get here with the stand the post, articulated post, so you can, you know, create all the poses you wish to create with your figure. And you got this attachment piece here to screw on the stand. You got the C-clamp, which is padded as well, as you can see around the inner rings, and also on this piece here that's gonna make contact with his back or his waist. As you can see, it's quite soft and it's very nice. This is very standard procedure when you have this kind of post here with your figure. That we also have that for Suicide Squad, Batman. I think we got that for Iron Man figures. So every time Hot Toys releases a figure that comes with this post here attached to their base, you're gonna have this guy here along with it. So that's also very thoughtful. And we got here this little finishing touch for you to complete your post attachments. So you're just gonna spin this guy around. That's the best way to make this post here pass through the C-clamp. And now here you will put this guy here on top of that to give that final touch. Now this figure doesn't come with a screwdriver, to tighten it up. So I'm just gonna, there you go. Now that is absolutely necessary, because if you don't tighten that up, you will have a wobbly stand, and that's totally something you don't want to have. And last but not least, the manual. You do want to read this before, you know, trying to put everything on him, before messing with his gauntlets, before messing with his lightsaber, before doing any of that. You want to go for this guy here, okay? Now let's change all the setup here so we can take a closer look at Darth Maul. Now we're gonna attach his lightsaber to his belt. So what you want to do for that is you want to grab your hilt and one of these bags here, and where is it? One of the little bags that come with Maul, this one right here, and you want to open that up. There you go. You can see that we have those bits, and what you want to do is you want to attach right in here into this little hole here. Go all the way in. So you just come here and you just slide this in. It's not working. We have another one that is actually bigger, so I'm gonna go for that one. I believe it may be that one. Actually, this one. And now we just slide that in, and careful with the support, the C-clamp, and there we go. Now that's how he looks like with the lightsaber holstered on his belt. Absolutely amazing. It looks beautiful. I removed his head to make things a lot easier. You do want to articulate his arms like so. And now a little like so. I'll show you. I'll leave it open like so. Let's put his head. Now let's be really, really careful with his hood. Let me just turn this light here off for a second. Like so. I just dimmed a little bit. All right, so if you read the manual, it will alert you, from the dangers involved in having your Darth Maul as a hooded figure. Two main things. You really want to be careful with those sharp horns, and you do want to watch out for those so you don't have anyone poking through your robe. That's how it's called, a robe. Yeah, I think that's how I should have called this since the beginning. So be careful with that. You want to pull this all the way up and then sit it around his head. I'm gonna do this off camera because for me it's a little bit difficult to do that with the camera right under my arms. The thing is, they say in the manual that you do not want to create direct contact with his robe and the head sculpt, otherwise it may, transfer a little bit of its own cloth paint to the sculpture, creating some smudges, some, undesired paint applications. Maybe it's because they dyed this robe here, this cloth material, and they tested it and they got that result. So be mindful of that. All right, now bringing this guy here closer to us and with a different light, we are now gonna take a better look at everything this guy here can do. So this guy here looks amazing, as you can see. The head, let me show you. It's in a it works with the magnets, so as you can see, everything is nice and secure in there, so it won't scratch his neck. If you want to place the head like so, if you want to switch the heads, just awesome. Now we're gonna go for his eyes. We have some sockets, and if you attach this little pack here inside those eye sockets, out of frame, you can just manipulate them. It's kind of stuck in there. There we go. Be careful. Use your thumb. I think it's better. As you can see, we're gonna tilt his eyes all the way to the right, to the left, excuse me. I hope it's, there we go. Oh my god, that looks amazing. You can do that obviously with both heads. Now I'm gonna put him staring to the camera. Now if you want to change his hands, you just have to detach those. And those are actually, like I said, it's tough to pack those hands in. Alright, so the best way to attach his hands is to remove the hands. Let me just give an example here. Remove the hands. Now you can see that this is the peg. It's really tough to remove this peg from the hand. You can do it with a toil around it and use, I don't know, maybe you can use some pliers, or you can try to do it by hand. Just remove this bit here so you get this guy here. And now this is the best way to attach hands. You do that, you take that off. Take both of these pieces here off. You have to take this guy out of the equation. Actually, this guy out of the equation. Remember, this peg here goes into the hand. This other one here goes into the wrist. And we're gonna slide this guy in like so. You wanna hold like really tight now. And you want to make sure you pack this. I mean, it's a super tight fit. Now I want to take this guy out. You want to slide everything back in. Make sure you get some room there. And now you want to slide all the way in. There you go. If it gets stuck, turn everything together, okay? To avoid twisting this leather part there. So for me, this is the best way to change hands. I did the same here for this hand. You may find another method more useful, but this is the best I came up with. Alright, so we're gonna go now for some comparisons. So the first thing I want to talk about is the size difference. You can totally see that this guy here, not just the head, but the overall body is a little bit smaller than this guy. And the cloth material choices for both figures are very similar. The pants are very similar material underneath the skirt. I can't tell, I don't think there's wiring here at all. I think it's just cloth. And this guy here, we have wires for all those bits here, and this guy here doesn't. So it is something absolutely awesome to see that the whole choice here for all materials are the exact same ones. Now, going back to their proportions, to their bodies, to their limbs and all of that, we're gonna start off with their heads. So taking a closer look at the twins, we do see now all the differences between these two guys here. I think that this guy's head sculpt is better in some ways, and vice versa. This one here, it looks like they went for a more matte red and black to recreate a more skin look. And this other dude here's got some more, obviously the extra glossiness that this guy here has over this dude really makes it pop. I mean, the details of his pores and all of that, they actually created a textured line contouring his tattoos throughout the whole head versus a drawing line without no texture at all. Obviously, this is better on the Hot Toys version over the Sideshow version. Now going for the symmetry of the face, I really prefer the Sideshow one because it's got a more, you can see the sharp angles of his face. He's got a like a reversed triangular shape, where this guy here has a more rounded overall shape. His cheekbones are narrower. Not just that, but the white on the eye is a lot more present in the Hot Toys version than on the Sideshow version. Oh, and this guy here, he doesn't come with his robe. So the Sideshow Naboo figure doesn't come with a robe. Obviously, that will be a game changer if you want your Maul displayed with his robe on. And last, but absolutely by all means not least, we got here this card, this metal card. You want to be careful not to tear the art here apart. And here we got a metal plate Darth Maul, showing a lot of cool details here of his side profile. Hot Toys, trademark. And here we got Star Wars Darth Maul 1/6 scale collectible figure, DX version. Now everything that is drawn over this metal plate here has a very cool texture. So, really cool detail. Something I wish we could have gotten for the other figures as well, because this is, if I'm not mistaken, is the first time we get one of those. But Darth Maul is a really special character, so I really appreciate that. Alright, so that'll be it for this video. This was a huge one. If you stood with me here all the way through until the end, thank you so much for that. And I will be glad to answer any question you might have about this figure and the Sideshow doing the Naboo version as well. If you want to talk about that in the comments, you can ask questions not just about the figures, but you can ask anything you want about the sabers I make, and I'll be more than glad to answer all of that, okay? And also, I hope I really helped you to decide which one of these guys here you should buy if you want to buy only one of them, alright? So thank you again, and I will see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to like this video here if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe. I will see you guys later.